Welcome back everybody to Dax Electronic Repair. Today we're going to be doing an iPhone 13. Alright, here it is, iPhone 13. Broken screen. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and get those pentalobe screws out of the bottom. 1 and 2. And we're going to pry the screen off. Now, these are very snug. A lot more snug than a lot of the previous generations. So you're really going to have to get in there with a razor blade and get it started that way, because they do not want to come up. You gotta be real careful with these if you're going to be doing anything other than a screen, because it's real easy to break these screens because they are so tight in there. A little bit of heat always helps as well. Since we're replacing the screen, it didn't super matter, so I didn't use heat, but use heat if you can, if you need to. Alright, phone is open. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and get our bottom bracket off of here. It is 3 Phillips. 1, 2, and 3. And the reason we're going to go ahead and get this off first is because that is how you unplug the battery. And you always want to unplug the battery before you do anything else. And there's the battery. Alright. Then you can go ahead and take your screen ribbon cables off. This one actually only has one for the digitizer and the screen itself. And here is the top bracket. We're missing a screw, so I don't know. There's only 2 there, so we only took 2 off. I didn't find it in here. So two screws come out, and our front facing assembly comes off. And again, there was no screw there. A lot of the time it will fall out and it'll be stuck to the magnet for the speaker. On this one, I never found it, so who knows. Alright, so we do have to get our front facing assembly off to transfer to the new screen. It is tied to the motherboard as far as the flood illuminator and Face ID stuff. So 3 screws, this little bracket comes off. This one's a little bit different than the older screens as well. There's a big, I'll show you here in a minute, a big ribbon cable that is stuck to, that is adhesive to the back of that screen. So you see I'm heating it up right now with my heat gun. So you want to be real careful with these sensors when you pry them off. And then you want to be also very careful to pry this assembly off of here too, because you need this whole thing. And if you puncture it, that's bad news. It's some kind of coil or something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but you need that whole thing to come off without breaking any of the ribbon cables. So we got that off, and we're going to put it on our new screen. Line up your sensors. They go in the little holes. And then go ahead and you can reuse the adhesive on that big ribbon cable. You don't have to put new on. And then you just go ahead and put your 3 screws back in. Two. And number 3. So that is now all we need from the old screen. So now we're going to go ahead and zoom out and go ahead and test our screen out. Make sure it is good functioning, no dead pixels, all that sort of thing. I didn't plug in the top stuff. Doesn't super matter at this point. So we're just checking here. I put my hands over it so I can get my, basically blocks out the light so I can see if there's any dead pixels. And this one was good. So go ahead and take our new screen back off. Pull our battery. And since it's good to go, we're going to go ahead and get the frame prepped for the new gasket that makes it semi-waterproof. You just go around, be careful, there's little tabs and such all around there. If you pry or if you scrape in the wrong place, you'll bend them, you'll break them. So just be careful where you're actually scraping. Heat can help you with this too. This just seemed to go really well, so I didn't use any heat. And you can see not only is there the adhesive, but this phone had gotten a little bit of dust and dirt in there too. Alright, so new gasket goes on. And then you lay it down and make sure that it stays in place as you're peeling the backing off. It's double-sided tape basically, so you can see it kind of wants to pop up. If you go ahead of it, you can get it all laid down properly. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be on the frame itself so it doesn't block the screen connector tabs. Alright, so now we're just going to hook everything back up. And you can see it kind of bent and, or I'm sorry, it kind of did a weird thing there. So we fix that, make it go where it's supposed to, and we're gravy baby. So only thing left to do is put our bracketry back on. I'm pretty sure there should be 3 screws up there. Again, it didn't have one, so we're going to put the ones back that we have, because that's all we have. So 2 screws go in there. Third one, who knows. Finally plug our battery back in and put our bracket back on there. Put our screws back in, 3 of those. These are all Phillips. And then we make sure our screen turns on. Again, super tight fit on these. I'm not doing a very good job of staying in frame, but as you go through, make sure you push down, but not too hard. This one I had to kind of take a dent out of the corner. So if it has a little bit of a dent, just be careful. Super tight on these screens. Alright, finally pentalobe screws in. And if you see there, and there you go. You did it. Good job. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And again, thank you for watching. I love you all.